Welcome to the course Learn CATIA from Scratch. This course covers all must-know tools and techniques for creating 2D drawings and 3D models in CATIA. So what are our requirements for this course? You must possess PC, CATIA V5 software, and there is no need for previous experience in the CATIA. So what is CATIA? CATIA is the world's engineering and design leading software for product 3D CAD design excellence. It is used to design, simulate, analyze, and manufacture products in a variety of industries, including aerospace, automotive, consumer goods, and industrial machinery. How is this course structured? So this course consists of chapters, and chapters consist of lectures and examples. And at the end of the course, you will find a chapter with the real-world examples. What are you going to learn in this course? You will learn how to get around in the CATIA application and how to create a CATIA file. Then you will learn how to create a sketch, and we will explain all the sketch tools. Then how to use those sketches to create a 3D model. All main tools for creating 3D models will be explained. Then we're going to show how we can combine parts and create an assembly by using constraints. In the end, we're going to show how we can create engineering drawings, how we can create different drawing views, how to put dimensions, how to use symbols such as surface finish and welding. As well, we're going to show how to work with DMU kinematics and how to create simulations. At any stage of the course, you have any question or find any mistake, feel free to post a question in the Q&A section, or you can send me an email that you will find in the last lecture of this course. Again, thank you for choosing this course, and I hope that you will benefit from it. First off, let me say early thank you for taking my course. As such, I'm personally very available to students in any of my courses. Obviously, you should feel free to post a discussion into the course for any questions you feel might benefit others. You can reach me very easily off platform. I'm going to give you my LinkedIn and my email address. So if you have any question, feel free to send me an email and I will be back to you in 24 hours. There you will find also my Facebook and LinkedIn page. I would be more than happy if you can give a review of this course after more than 50% of the experience with this course, because in that case, the grading rate will be more realistic. As an instructor, it would mean a lot to me. Thank you. In this lecture, we're going to show and explain what is CATIA, what is design process in CATIA, and what are workbenches. So CATIA is a parametric feature-based system that allows you to create 3D parts, assemblies, and 2D drawings, and much more. But in this course, we're going to show how to create sketches, 3D parts, assemblies, and 2D drawings. So the simple design process in CATIA is that first you create a sketch. Then based on this sketch, you project a 3D model. Then combining the 3D models, you get assembly. And then you can create drawings at the end. As well, you can create drawings from the assembly and from 3D parts. As well, you can create drawings without creating assembly in 3D parts. But this is some standard process. So sketch, 3D part, assembly, and drawings. So to create a sketch in CATIA, or to create a 3D part, or assembly, or a drawing, you have to use workbenches. CATIA has many workbenches to carry out different types of processes, such as sheet metal design, mold design, automotive design, static analysis, and so on. But in our course, we're going to use only 4 workbenches: sketcher, part design, assembly design, and drafting. So those workbenches have different tools to create sketches, parts, assemblies, and drawings. So to access to those workbenches, you can go here to the start. And here we have a different workbenches. So for example, we can go here to the infrastructure. And now here we have Photo Studio, Material Library, Real-Time Rendering, and so on. We can go here to the Mechanical Design. And here we have all workbenches that we're going to use. We're going to use Part Design, Assembly Design, Sketcher, and Drafting. As well, here we have Sheet Metal Design, here we have Surface Design, and so on. So CATIA has many workbenches. You can see here: shape, analysis and simulation, machining, equipment assisting, machining simulation. You can go with NC, machine tool simulation, and so on. But in our case, we're going to go here to the mechanical design, and we're going to use here part design, assembly, sketcher, and drafting. Now for example, let's create a simple sketch. To do that, we can go here to the part design, or we can go here to the sketcher. So let's go here to the part design, like this. Now here we have a new dialog box, new part. We have to enter the name of our part. So let's type here, my part, like this, and let's click OK. And now we are in the part design workbench. Part design provides comments to create parametric solid models. To create solid models, first you must draw parametric sketches in the sketcher workbench and then project the sketch to 3D solid. Here we can see different toolbars. This one here, this one here, this one here, and those on the right side and below here. And those toolbar consist of different comments. So to create a 3D model, first we have to go to the sketcher workbench. So let's select this plane here. Let's select here this tool sketch, like this. And now here we are in the sketch workbench, and now here we have a different tools, as you can see. So now we can select, for example, this rectangle. We can pick any point here, like this. We can drag our mouse, and now we can pick any point here, for example, like this. And now this is our sketch that we have created in the sketcher workbench. Now if we want to project this sketch to the 3D model, we have to exit here. Here we can see exit workbench, sketcher workbench. And now we are in the part design workbench. As you can see here, this icon, part design. Now let's select this tool here, the pet, this one here, and let's click OK on this dialog box here, like this. And this is our 3D model that we have created now. All of those tools here that you can see, we're going to explain in the course later, step by step, so don't have to worry about this. As well, in the further lectures, we're going to explain the user interface. But for now, let's go here to the start again. Let's go to mechanical design. And now here we've shown the part design workbench and the sketcher workbench. As well, here we have assembly design workbench. Assembly design workbench provides comments to combine individual parts in an assembly. And that we're going to show later. As well, here we have a drafting. Drafting workbench provides comments to create 2D drawings, which can be used for manufacturer processes. And that we're going to show also later. So let's click here. Here on the left side, on this tree, this is specification tree. We're going to explain this tree later. We have here the name, my part, that we have defined. As well, here we can see the name, my part. Now, if we want to create a new file, we can go here to the start, mechanical design, and we can select here any workbench that we want to use. Or we can go here to the file and we can select here new, like this. And now here we have to select the workbench. So let's go down and let's select here part, like this. And now we can click OK, like this. And now we can add a name here. So let's call it B, for example, and let's click OK. And now this is our second file. We can see the name B here. And now we are in the part design, as we can see, workbench. So this is how you can create a new file. So let's close this file here. Let's select this X here. And now we are in this file. As well, you can create a new file by clicking here on this icon here, new, like this. As well, here you can select the workbench. So let's select here part. Let's go with OK. Let's leave it here, part 2, and let's go with OK. And this is how you can open a new file in the CATIA. In the next lecture, we're going to explain the user interface. So let's close this one here. So let's explain the user interface of the CATIA. Here at the top we have a menu bar. Here we have a start. Here we can select different workbenches. Here we have some standards menu bar options, file. Here we can create a new file. We can open, we can save, print, and so on. Here we have an edit option. Here we have view. So here we can change the view, zoom out, zoom in, fit all in, render style, navigation mode, and so on. Here under insert, we can select comments. As well, we can select the comments using here toolbars. Here we have a tools, and here we have a window. We can go here with a new window. We can go with tile horizontally, tile vertically, and so on. And here we have a help. On the left side here we have specification tree. So what is this specification tree? this tree contains the list of operations carried while constructing a part. So here we have the part name. As we can see, my part that we have created in the previous lecture. Here we have our three planes because we work in a 3D space. XY plane, we can click on this one, and now this plane is highlighted here, as you can see. We can click on this one here, YZ, and now this plane is highlighted. And we can click here on the ZX, and now this plane is highlighted. On those planes we create sketches, and then we project sketches to 3D models. And here we have the part body. So here we have a plus. Let's click on this plus. So here we have a tool that we used. We use pet tool, and now here we have this tool. As well, we have created sketch 1. So this sketch 1 is projected to 3D model with the use of pet tool. We click on this plus here, and here we have absolute axis, geometry, and constraints. We can click on this plus here. Let's move this toolbar like this. Here we have the origin, horizontal direction, and vertical direction. If we click here on the plus of the geometry, here we have the tools that we use to create our rectangle, point, line, point, and so on. And here we have constraints, and those constraints we're gonna show later. So this is the specification tree. So everything that we're gonna work here, each tool that we're gonna select, we're gonna see here on the specification tree. And here we can delete any tool or any step, and we can modify any step in our design process. Now if you click here on those lines of these three, like this, now our model becomes black. If you don't want a black, you can click again here on those lines, like this. Now let's close this. Let's go here to the right side. Here on the right side we have different toolbars. Some toolbars are here on the right side, some toolbars are here down, and some are here, as we can see. You can select this toolbar and you can move this toolbar, for example here, like this. So toolbar consists of commands which help you to perform various operations. So for example, this toolbar has those commands. For example, edge fillet. You can select this one, and now we can select this edge here, like this, and let's click OK. And now here we have a fillet. If we go now to our specification tree, we can open this part body. Here we can see the edge fillet that we have applied to this body here. As well, some toolbars are here on the right side here, and some toolbars are hidden. Here you can see those two arrows, which means that some toolbars are hidden here. We can click on those two arrows and we can drag toolbar here out, like this one here. We can again click here and we can drag this toolbar out, like this. We can click again, we can drag this out, like this. And we can click again, we can drag this one out. And now we don't have arrow here anymore, so we don't have any hidden toolbars. Now all toolbars that are active are on the screen. Now for example, if you want to put this toolbar here, you can select this toolbar and you can drag it here and you can release the click. And now we have this toolbar here. As well, this toolbar here is vertical and this one here is horizontal. If you want to make this toolbar here horizontal, to see the name of the toolbar, you can hold Shift, click on this toolbar, and now you can drag the mouse, and here we have horizontal toolbar. Now we can see the name of this toolbar, dressed up features. And here we have the various tools that we can use. If you don't find any toolbar that you want, you can right click here on the toolbar, and here you can see the all toolbars that are active. So you can deactivate and activate any toolbar that you want here. If you click on this arrow and if you go down here, here you will find customize. So let's click on this one here. Now here we have a new dialog box. Let's go here to the toolbar tab. Here we can add a new toolbar, we can rename the toolbar, or we can restore all contents and restore positions. So we can click here, restore position. Let's click OK. And let's close. And now all toolbars are at initial position. So here we have this arrow and so toolbars are hidden. For example, we can drag it out like this, as you can see. As well, here we have this toolbar and we want this toolbar here. We can click here and we can drag this toolbar here, like this. And now we're going to show how we can change the display. Now we have this color, but we can change the color. So we can go here to the tools and let's go here to the options. Here we can change different things, but we won't change anything except the color. So we can go here to the visualization tab, and here we have the background color. Now as you can see, we have this one, blue, gray. We can select, for example, the black one. Let's click OK, and now here we have the black one. So you can select any color that you like. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go to the default one. And I'm gonna select here the blue-gray. This one, let's go with OK. Down here we have a status bar, this one here. Status bar shows the prompts and the action taken while using the comments. So for example, if we select here the fillet, now here we have a prompt, select an edge or face. So we can select, for example, this edge here, and let's click OK. And now here we have a fillet, as you can see. So when you're gonna use any tool, here on the status bar, you're gonna see what action is required to correctly use this tool. Now by the default, we have select any object or a comment. So we can select here, for example, chamfer. And now here we have specify the required data to define the chamfer. So here we have to specify the data. So we can go, for example, with length. Let's type 5 here, like this. And now let's select this edge here, this one here, and let's click OK. Like this. In the next lecture, we're gonna show how we can manipulate with our mouse. In this lecture, we're gonna show the mouse functions that we can use in CATIA. So we can go to this object here, this 3D model that we have here, and we can double click on this object. And now here we have the dialog box. This dialog box is the dialog box of the pad tool that we have used. This one here. And now here we can change the properties. For example, instead of 20, the depth of the extrusion, the length, we can go with 40 and we can click OK. And now here we have some modification on our model. So using this dialog box, you can edit parameters of the object. If you press the scroll wheel, and now you can drag your model to different positions, for example here, or for example here, like this. If you go to this model, for example this face, you can see this face is highlighted, you can right click, you can go here, for example, to the properties, like this, and here you can change the color. So let's go to the red one, like this. We can go here with apply, and here we can see this face is now red. Here we can change the transparency. Now here is the 0 by the default, but we can change this, for example, to 160, like this. Let's go with apply. And now we can see that this face is transparent. But let's go here to the 0. Let's click OK. Now, for example, if you want to zoom out and zoom in, you have to press the scroll wheel like this. And now you have to right click the mouse only one time, like this. And now you can go zoom in and zoom out by moving the mouse, like this. If you want to rotate your object, you have to press the scroll wheel and now press the right button on the mouse. And now you can see this circle here. And now you can move your mouse and you can rotate your object like this. So again, if you want to zoom out and zoom in, press scroll wheel and one time click right button. And now move your mouse. If you want to rotate, press the scroll wheel and hold the right button and now move your mouse. And now you can rotate your model like this. Also, here we have a toolbar view. Let's select this toolbar and let's move it here, like this. If you don't see this toolbar, you can right click here and here you have a view toolbar. Now you see here is checked. We can uncheck this and now we don't see the toolbar here. So let's go right click again. Let's go with view. And here is our toolbar. Here we have an option feed all in. For example, if you don't see your model here on the screen, or if you have a big model and you want to fit your model to the screen, you can select this tool and you can click here fit all in, like this. You can also select here this tool, pen, and you can also move your model like this instead of using the scroll wheel. Here we have an option to rotate as well. Instead of using the scroll wheel and the right click, you can click here rotate, and now you can rotate your model here the same way as we've shown before. As well, here we have a zoom in and zoom out. So we can click here and now we go zoom in. If we click this one, now we go zoom out like this. Now if you want to go normal, to some face here, we can select, for example, this face, and you can click here, normal view. And now here we have a normal view, like this. Here also we have a different views. So here we have isometric view. We can select here, this is isometric view. Here we have front view. Now we have a front view. We can select here back view. We can select here top view, and so on. So here we have the different view, bottom, left, right, top, and so on. So let's go here to the isometric view, like this. Here we have the visual style. We can change here the visual style. We can go with shading. We can go here with shading with edges. And now we can see the edges. As you can see, the appearance is different. We can go here with shading with edges and hidden edges. This one here, and now we can see here the hidden edges. We can go here with shading with material. Let's go here, and here we have the last option, and this is wireframe. And now we have this view, as you can see. So you can select here any view that you want, or any view that's more convenient for you to work with your model. So let's go here with the shading, like this. So this is how you can use a mouse and how you can use a view toolbar in the CATIA. In this lecture, we're going to show how we can save our file. So if we have a part, then we have a different file extension. If we have a product or assembly, then we have also different file extension. Or if we have a drawing, then also we have a different file extension. So what it means? So this is the part, and if we want to save this, so let's go to the file, and here we have option save as. Here we have to select the location. Let's go to the desktop. Here we have to enter a name. Let's enter here A, like this. And now here we have the file type. For a part, we're gonna have here cat part. If we have an assembly, then we're gonna have here cat product. And if we have a drawing, then we're gonna have here cat drawing. But we're gonna show this later in the course. So the geometry of individual part will have this extension, cat part. So the files created in the Sketcher workbench, part design workbench, sheet metal design, and frame surface design workbenches will have this extension, cat part. So let's call it A, let's go to the desktop, and let's go here with cat part. But also if we click here, here we have a different file types. We can go here, for example, with STL, STP, and so on. But in our situation, we're gonna use cat part. So let's go with cat part, let's go with name A, let's go to the desktop, let's go with save. Now we can go to the desktop, and here we have our file A. We can right click here, we can go to the properties, and we can see this is cat part. Now let's close this, let's go to the CATIA and let's close this. Now let's open this part. So we can go here to the file, and let's select here open. Let's go to the desktop, and let's find our file. Here it is, A, CATIA part, and let's open here. And this is our part. So depends what are you saving. If you're saving part or assembly or drawing, you will have a different extension. In the case of the part, we're gonna have extension cat part. So this is how you can save your part in the CATIA. Now we're gonna create a second part, and this second part is bolt. So let's go here to the start, mechanical design, and let's go to the part design. Let's call this one bolt. Let's click OK. Here on the specification tree, we can see bolt name, bolt. Now let's go here to this plane, XY plane. Let's go here to the sketch, like this. Let's go here to the profile toolbar. Let's select your circle. Let's go here to the center. Let's pick this point. Let's go with any radius here. Let's go with random radius, like this. Now let's go again here to the constraint. Let's select this circle, and let's double click on the number. Let's go here with 20 and hit enter, like this. Now let's exit this workbench, and now we are in the part design workbench. Let's go here to the sketch based features. Let's select this pad again. You can see the preview here, but let's increase the length. Let's go to 55, and let's go with OK, like this. Now we're going to create a new sketch, but now we won't use any plane here. We can also create a sketch by using any face of the model. So for example, we want to create a sketch on this face here. In this case, we have to select this face here, and let's go here to the sketch, like this. Now let's go here and let's select the hexagon again. Let's go here to the center, and let's create something like this. Now we can go to the constraint again. Let's select this line and this line here, like this. Let's double click, let's change this length, let's go with 35, let's go with OK, like this. Actually, let's double click here again, let's go here to the 40 and let's click OK, like this. Let's exit here the workbench. And now as you can see, we have a sketch in this face. Now let's go again here, let's select path, let's go here with 5, let's go with OK. And this is it. So this is our bolt. Now let's go here to the dress up features, and we're gonna select here fillet, and we're gonna apply fillet to this face here. So the object of fillet will be this face. So let's select this face here, and let's go with the radius here too. Let's go with preview. Like this, this is too much. Let's go with 1, and let's hit OK, like this. And this is our bolt. So this is our second part that we're gonna use in our assembly. So let's save this part. Let's go to the file, save as, desktop. We have a bolt, cat part, and let's go with save. And this is our second part. In this chapter, we're gonna show the concept of this course. The concept of this course is that first we start with sketching. Then we go to the part modeling, assembly, and drawings. So in this chapter, we're gonna create simple parts, and then we're gonna combine those parts into assembly, and then we're gonna create drawing. The focus of this chapter is not to teach you the tools and techniques. It's about getting an idea, the process of creation of part and the drawings and assemblies in the CATIA. And then in the following chapters, we're gonna explain all tools separately, one by one. So first, let's create a part 1. So let's go here to the start. Let's go here to the mechanical design, and let's go to the part design workbench. So here we have to enter the name. Let's call this one nut, and let's go with OK. And now we are in the part design workbench. Now first we have to go to the sketcher workbench. In this case we have to select one plane here. So let's select this plane here, XY plane. You can select the plane here, or you can go here and you can select the plane here. And now we have to go to the sketcher workbench. So let's click on this tool here, sketch. And now we are in the sketcher workbench. Now here we have a different toolbars. Make sure you have profile toolbar, constraint toolbar, and sketch tools. If you don't see those toolbars, you can right click, and now you can find those toolbars here, constraint, profile, and sketch tools. First, we're gonna select the tool circle. With this tool, we can create a circle. Here on the status bar, we have a message, select a point or click to define the circle center. So let's go right here in the center, like this. And now let's create a circle by picking any point here. For example, like this. Now if we click on this circle, we can see that we can change the radius and diameter of this circle, and this is not what we want. We want to define the radius or the diameter of this circle. In this case, we have to go here to the constraints toolbar, and here we have a tool constraint. Let's select this tool, let's click on this circle, and now here we have a diameter. Let's pick any point and let's position this dimension here. And now here we have a diameter 124.7. We can double click on this number, and now we can change the diameter here. So let's go here to the 20, and let's go with OK. And now here we have diameter 20. And now our circle is green, which means that our circle is fully defined. We can't change the diameter, and we can't move our circle to any other position. And this is what we want with every sketch. We want that every sketch will be fully defined, which is green. Now let's go here to this tool, and let's select this arrow. Let's select the tool here, hexagon, this one here. And now here we have a message, select or click to define the hexagon center. Let's go to this center here, like this. Let's go here to the left side. As you can see here, the snapping vector. Let's pick any point here, like this. Let's go with escape. If we click on this sketch, we can change the size, as you can see. This is not what we want. So let's go again here to the constraint. Let's select this line and this line here, like this. Let's go here with double click. Now let's change this to 25 and hit enter, like this. And now our sketch is fully defined, and now we can project our sketch to 3D model. But in this case, we have to exit Sketcher Workbench. So let's go here to this tool, as you can see here, exit Workbench. And now we are in the part Design Workbench again. Now we can project this sketch in the Z direction. Make sure you have a toolbar sketch-based features. Again, if you don't see it, you can right click here and you can find it here. Let's select this first tool that we have here. This is Pet tool. And here we can see the preview, and here we have a dialog box. Now we have to define the length here. So let's go with 5. Let's go with preview. Okay. And let's click OK here, like this. I want to make some modification to this model. I want to make some modification to the hexagon. In this case, we have to go here to the specification tree, here to the part body. Let's click here on the plus. And here we have all tools that we used in our part body, Pad 1 and Sketch 1. If we want to modify something, for example, Sketch 1, we can double click on the Sketch 1. And now we are back in the Sketch Workbench. Now, for example, I want to change this dimension. I can double click on this dimension and I can go with 30 and click OK. Like this. Let's exit the workbench, like this. Now I want to change the length of this extrusion here. I can go to the pad, double click, like this, and I can change the length here, for example to 10. Let's go with OK, like this. And this is what I want. Now let's select this plane here, YZ plane. And let's go here and let's select sketch here, like this. Now let's go here and let's select here the first tool on the profile toolbar, and this tool is profile. With profile tool we can create lines and arcs. Now let's pick any point here. It doesn't matter where, but somewhere here, like this. Let's go down to the right side like this. Let's go up. When you go up, you can see the tracking vector from the left point. So you can click here now and let's go to the left side, like this. Let's go with escape. And now you can see this sketch is not fully defined, but we're going to use it anyway. So let's exit the workbench, like this. Now let's go here to the sketch-based features toolbar, and here we have a tool groove. Let's select this tool, and here we have the limits: first angle 360, the second 0 degrees. Here we have to select the axis. Now we want to rotate this sketch around this axis here. As you can see, if you go with a mouse to this hole, you can see the axis here. Around this axis 360 degrees, because we want to cut those edges here around. But now we have to select the axis. So let's go to this hole and let's select this hole. Now we can see the preview and let's click OK. And this is what we want. Now your model maybe doesn't look so smooth as mine. In this case, you can go here to the tools, options, and here we have 3D accuracy. Here under fixed, you have to go with the lowest possible number to get a smoother model. For example, if I go here with 0.5, like this, hit enter, now you can see that our model won't be so accurate. Let's click OK. And now you can see how the rough is this model now. And this is not what I want. So I can go back to the tools, options, and I will change the 3D accuracy to the lowest possible number. So let's go here to this arrow and let's go down. And now you can see the changes here on the preview. So this is the minimum, 0.01, and this is the more accurate. Let's go with OK. And now this model is more smooth. Now let's go here to the toolbar. Let's select this one here. And let's move it here. This is dress up features toolbar. To use those tools, you don't have to create sketches. You can only, for example, click here on the chamfer. Let's select this edge here. Let's go with preview. So here we have a length 1 mm, angle 45, and let's go with OK, like this. And this is it. This is what we want. Don't worry about all of those tools that we've shown here, because we're going to explain those tools in the further chapters in the detail. Now we have created the part 1, the nut. Now we want to save this part. So let's go to the file, save as, let's go to the desktop, let's call it nut. We have here cat part, let's go with save. And this is our part 1. And now we're going to create our third part. We're going to create a plate. So again, let's go here to the start, mechanical design, let's go with part design. Let's call it plate. And let's click OK. Like this, let's go here to this plane and let's go here to the sketch, like this. Now we're going to use a different profile tool. So let's go here, let's select this arrow, let's go here to the centered rectangle. Now we have to click a point to create a center of the rectangle. Let's pick this point here, like this, and let's create rectangle, something like this. Let's go here and let's select a circle again. Let's go to the center, let's create a circle, like this. Now this sketch is not fully defined. To fully define this sketch, let's go here to the constraint. Let's define the radius of this circle. Let's go here, double click. Let's go here with 20 and OK, like this. Now let's go to the constraint again. Let's select this line. Let's define the length of this line. Let's go with 200 and hit enter or OK, like this. Let's select this tool again. Now let's select this line. Let's define the length of this line here, like this. Double click here. Let's go with 80, value 80 and OK, like this. Now we can exit the workbench. We can again use pet tool, this one here. And let's go with the length 20. So let's leave everything as it is. Let's click OK. This is it. Now let's save this part as well. So let's go to the file, save as, desktop. Let's call it plate, cat part and save. And now in the next lecture, we're going to show how we can create assembly by combining those three parts that we have created. Now in this lecture, we're going to show how to create assembly by using those three parts that we have created in the previous lecture. First, let's show those three parts. So let's open those three parts, make sure that they are opened. Let's go here to the window, and here we can see the three parts, nut, bolt, and plate. Now we can switch between those three parts. We can go, for example, to bolt, like this. Or we can go to the nut, like this. Now let's go here to the window, and you can go here, for example, tile vertically, like this. And now here we can see our three parts. The first one, second one, and the third one here. Now we have to create assembly file. So let's go here to the start, mechanical design. Let's go here to the assembly design workbench, like this. And this is our new file. Now make sure that you have this one here, as you can see, product structure tools on. If you can't find this one, you can right click again here, and then you can find here product structure tools. So here we can see that we have a product. So this is assembly. If we go here, we can see that we are in the assembly design workbench. To insert our part, we have to go here and we have to select existing component. So let's select this tool. And now nothing happens because we have to select here product 1. And now we have to insert our part 1. So let's go to the desktop. Let's find here bolt, Catia part bolt. Let's select this one and let's open this. And now here we have our first part. Always when you insert the first part, you have to fix the first part. To fix the first part, you have to use the tool here, fix. You're going to find this tool on this toolbar, constraints. Again, if you don't find the constraints toolbar, you can right click and you can find it here, constraints. Now let's select this tool here, fix component, this one here. Now we have to select the component to be fixed, as we can see on the status bar. So let's select this part here, like this, and here we have icon that this part is fixed here. Now we have to insert the second component, so let's go here, existing component, let's select here product 1. Like this, let's go to the desktop, let's select here plate, and let's open this like this, and here is our second part. Here on the specification tree we can see our two inserted parts, bolt and plate. So this is the default position of the part 2. We don't want that this part will be in this position. We want to make sure that this face will touch this face here on the part 1. To do that, we have to go to the constraints toolbar, and here we have a tool, contact constraint. So let's select this tool, and now we have to select the first face, this one here and this one here. And now nothing happens because we have to go here and we have to select here update. So let's click here on the update. As well, if you don't find the update, you can right click and you can find it here, update. So let's click on the update, and now those faces are in touch. Now let's insert another part of the plate. So let's go here to the existing component, desktop. Let's go to the plate again. This one here, and here we have a plate. Now we want that this face will be in touch with this face. Again, let's go here to the contact. Let's select this face here, and let's select this face here. Like this, let's go with update. And this is it. Now we want that this face here will be perpendicular to this face here. In this case, we have to go here to the angle. So let's select this tool, angle constraint. Now let's select this face here and this face here. And now we can see that here we have angle 0 degrees and we want perpendicular. So let's go with 90 degrees and let's hit enter. Like this, again, nothing happens. We have to go here to the update like this. And now here we have 90 degrees, as you can see. So when you insert a new component, make sure the product here is orange like this. And let's go here with existing component. Let's go to the desktop and let's find our nut. Let's select here, let's go with open like this. And here is our nut, and we don't want a disposition of the nut. We want that this face here will be touching this face here. So let's go here to this toolbar, move toolbar, and here we have a tool, manipulation. Let's select this one here. And now here we can drag our part along x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and so on, or we can rotate around x-axis, y, z-axis. So let's select here, rotate about y-axis. Let's select this part and let's rotate like this, as you can see. Now let's click OK here, and now let's go here to the contact constraint. As well, we can use here coincident constraint. So let's select here coincident, and we can also select this face here, and let's go to this face here like this. Let's go with OK, and let's go with update like this. And this is our assembly that we have created. So this assembly consists of 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. As we can see here on the specification tree. Here we have constraints that we have used. Fix, contact, angle, and coincident. Now for example, if we go to the part, for example to the part 1 of the bolt, and we change something, those changes will be automatically applied here. So let's show how this works. So for example, if we go here to the window, let's go to the bolt like this. Let's double click on this face. And here we have dimension 40 millimeters. As we can see, we can double click here. And let's change this value, for example, to 70. And let's go with OK. Like this. Let's click OK here. And now here we can see the changes. Now we can go here to the window. Let's go to the product 1. And we can see that those changes has been applied here. Now let's save this. Let's go File, Save As. Let's go to the desktop. And now here we can see that we have a type file, cat product, not cat part, but cat product. So let's go with a save. Let's call it product 1. Let's go with save. Now here we have a warning. Activates auto document save operations. Do you want to proceed? Let's go with yes. Like this. So this is the simple way how you can create assembly in CATIA. And now in the last step, we're going to show how we can create a drawing file. So we have to open a drafting workbench. So let's go here to the start, mechanical design, and here we have a drafting. Here we have a new dialog window. As we can see, here we have to select automatic layout. So here we can go with empty sheet, we can go with all views, or we can go here with front, bottom, and right view, or we can go with front, top, and left view. Let's select here front, top, and left view. This one here. For the format, let's go with A4. If you don't have A4 here, you can go to the modify. You have a new dialog window here. Go here to the sheet style and select here A4 ISO. Let's go with landscape, OK, and let's go with OK here. And now here, you're in the drafting workbench, as we can see here. Now we can see this is our sheet here. And we can see this is our front view, top view, and left view. And now we can see that those views are too big for this sheet here. So we have to make them smaller. So here we have scale 1:1, and we have to change the scale. So in this case, we have to change the scale, or we have to change the sheet format. So we can go here to the sheet, right click, let's go to the properties, let's select here, let's go with A1. Like this, let's go with apply, let's go with OK. And now here we have a bigger sheet, as you can see. Now we can select this view, and we can drag our views here in the middle of this sheet, like this. So those are 3 standard views that we have defined before we open our drawing file. If we want to create a new view here, we have to go here to this toolbar. Here we have a new toolbar, views, and here we can define a new views, for example, front view, section view, detail view, and so on. So let's go here with the detail view. Let's select this one here. Let's go to this view here. Let's get closer, like this. Let's pick this point here in the middle, like this. Like this, and now here we have a warning. Detail view definition profile does not intersect with the active view. So why is that? Because this view is not active. We can see this one is blue, this one is blue, and this one is red. This one is red because this view is active. So let's press escape. Press escape a few times just to get rid of this tool. And now let's click on this view here. Let's double click here, like this, and now this view is active. Now we can go here to the detail view again. Let's get closer, like this. Let's click here in the center. Let's create a circle, something like this. And now you can drag a mouse to the right side. You can go zoom out. Here you can see scale to 1, and you can position somewhere here, like this. And here we can see we have our detail A, scale to 1. Maybe this detail is too small. If you want to enlarge this detail, we have to change the scale. So we can go here to the specification tree. Here we have a detail A. Let's select this detail A, right click. Let's go to the properties. Here we can change the scale. So instead of 2:1, we're going to go here with 4:1. Let's go with apply. We can see the changes. Let's go with OK, like this. Now we can move this view, for example, down, below, like this. Here we have this text. Maybe this text is not visible, it's too small. We can go here. We can double click here. We can select this text. We can go up here, and here we can change the font size. So we can go, for example, to 10. Like this. Let's select this. And now let's select 10 here again. And now we can see that we have enlarged this text. You can also change the style here, but we won't change it. Let's go with OK. The same way you can enlarge those text here. Now we're gonna save this. So let's go to the file. Let's go with save as. Let's go to desktop. This is drawing 1. And now here we have a file type cat drawing. So this is the 3rd type file that we have shown in this course. We got cat part for the parts. We got cat product for the assembly. And now we have a cat drawing. So let's go with save. Like this. And now if we want this drawing in the PDF, we can go here to the file, save as again. Let's go to the desktop, drawing 1. Let's click here. Let's select here PDF. Like this, let's go with save. Now let's go to the desktop. And here we have a PDF, drawing 1. Let's open this. And this is our drawing that we have created. So in this chapter, we show the simple procedure how to create a sketch. Based on the sketch, you can create a part. Based on the parts, you can create assembly, and then you can create a drawing. Now in the following chapters, we're gonna go to the sketch, we're gonna go to the part modeling, assembly modeling, and drawing more in detail, and we're gonna explain each tool how to use it.